Hello boys and girls, I'm the Guide Knight and welcome to part 10 of my Godot breakout game tutorial. Last time we made sure that we had our win condition and we get to know some signals. In this episode we are going to add some audio or some sounds to our game so that it does not look that flat when you just look at it. So I'm going to post the link in the in the YouTube video description, but you can also just go to github.com, type in the Guide Knight and then breakout tutorial. Basically, you end up in here, and this is my sample project. I have it's almost the same as what we're doing right now. I'm updating it a little bit from time to time. For instance, I added the audio. I didn't have that at first, so you can see the audio here under the audio under assets game audio folder, or you can simply download everything in the compressed game assets.zip file. So once you downloaded it, make sure you paste it inside your like assets and then audio. So we have like hit brick, hit player, and hit wall. We have 3 different audio sources, and we're gonna learn like 2 different ways to add the audio right now. We're going to work mostly with AudioStream, and let's see where we end up, right? Because adding the audio is relatively easy and straightforward, and we can just do it in a couple of clicks. So let's go to the bowl, and then Control A. Then directly type in AudioStreamPlayer or audio, and just click here to create the AudioStreamPlayer. Once it's created, you can see the stream here on the right, and you can drag and drop for instance, the hit brick audio. And if I drag and drop this, and then go to the brick in the script folder, in the script like section, you can go to the ball, right? Not the brick. You go to the ball, and then you type on ready variable, and then audio player. You can also type it like call it AudioStreamPlayer or whatever, and then use get node, and then AudioStreamPlayer. And once you have it, basically, let's see what kind of properties and methods this AudioStream player has right here. So it has a stream, which we already set to our WAV wave basically format, and it has also a play and a seek. So basically the play starts the stream from this given position. And this is what we're gonna use. We are gonna tell it, okay, let's go back to the script in the ball. We're gonna say, okay, once there is a collision, right? If there is a collision, any collision right now, we're just gonna play it, right? So let's say play, and then call it from 0.2 or 0.1, because the clip is actually, I think it should be 0.2, but maybe 0.1 is enough. Let's check. So if I now start and everything works, we should have some hit sounds. Let's see. Yeah. It seems a little bit off, so I'm going to change it to 0.2. Yeah, that's a little bit better. But we would like to have different audio sounds for the different like hit types. So like for the bricks, and for the wall and the player. But this is like the easy way to do it. Like this is the static way of doing it, right? And we would like to have a little bit different approach. So we're gonna go with 2 more approaches. Actually, one of them is in my sample project, and the other one I'm gonna try to implement right now, and let's see how it goes, right? So for instance, you can define here a function that says like function. If you notice that I don't no longer need this AudioStreamPlayer, so I can delete it. I'm in the bow section on the left side basically, and I deleted the AudioStreamPlayer. Here in the bow GD script, I'm gonna create a function and then call it play hit sound or play sound, basically, right? And then I'm going to pass in the audio file, which is the reference to the, it's basically this, right? This is the audio file. I'm passing the reference to the location and an offset. The offset is what we already like. So when you have the play, there is the offset when it should start playing, right? So I can define a new audio, basically object, and the audio object is of type AudioStreamPlayer.new. AudioStreamPlayer, player, not playback, .new. So I'm creating here a new AudioStreamPlayer. I can also call it AudioStreamPlayer, but I'll just call it audio. And then I need to add it to the scene, right? So I'm gonna use get_tree, and then we need to add it to the root section. Basically, we're gonna just add get_tree, get_root, and then we're going to add a child. And then the child will be the audio stream player, which we have called audio. Okay, this should compile. And then we need to have our actual wave file, like the actual audio file. So for this, we're going to use like a variable called file, and then we're going to load the audio file, right? This is the path to the audio file. It's not actually the audio file. Maybe I can just call it audio file path to be a little bit more precise. And then with our audio stream, okay, let's rename this to audio stream, audio player. I know it's a little bit ridiculous, but it's better to have more descriptive names, right? It's easier to understand what's going on. So in our audio player, we're gonna set the stream to the file, like the file we just downloaded. We load it, not download it, we load it. And then we're gonna call audioplayer.play. And then we're gonna use the offset, right? For the offset that we pass in. Here is the offset. And now we need to actually play different audio, right? This is colliding with the player. So we're just going to drag and drop the player here. And let's say 0.1. We can adjust this later. I think it's 0.1 here. And then for this is colliding with the brick. So we are not going to use the hit player, but we're going to use the hit brick. And this is 0.2. And then for the normal hit wall, we're going to use also 0.2. But we're going to need here an else, right? Because we don't want to play both. Like if we hit the brick, we don't want to play the brick and the wall at the same time. So if everything works right now, we should be able to hear different sounds when we hit different objects. So let's see. Yeah, it seems like we're it's working. But see that this is not good, right? We don't want to have like the hit brick sound when we are hitting the indestructible brick, right? So we would like to have maybe another if here, like if brick is indestructible, then we would like to play the wall sound, and else we would like to play the hit brick sound, right? So let me check here. Maybe wall should also be 0.1. I don't know. And player should be 0.2. I didn't actually check them exactly how I had them, but yeah, I guess it's all right. It's just an example. You can fine tune it and you can add your own sounds if you want to. So let me just check in the brick if this is the name that is indestructible. Okay, set indestructible. And then I need is indestructible, right? Okay, so let me just use here set get. This is a keyword for initializing, telling that this value actually has a setter and a getter. And this is the name of the setter, and this is the name of the getter, right? So right now, if I save, should say getter function isn't defined. So we're gonna define the getter function, which is indestructible, and then we're gonna return indestructible, right? But of course, it needs to be is indestructible. So it should compile right now, and we are using the same. Oops, we're using the same. Okay, so if the thing is indestructible, we would play the wow sound. Let's check. Okay. Okay. This is a little bit too slow. Let me restart. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, see, that was the wow sound. I don't like that the player is that much cut off, but yeah, it seems to work. What I noticed basically is that our dynamic level currently is not very dynamic, right? I don't know. It looks like it's every time is the same, like. So let me try to figure out why this is. Probably it has to do something with the seed, right? Okay, so where is our dynamic level? And we need to have the random, right? This is the random. Where do we initialize the random? This is a random range. And let's see if we can run seed. Okay. Random seed. Pass a seed and an array. All right. So let's see if we can pass a seed here, like a different seed, before like rand seed. Let's start it with 1, right? This will create this level. And if I start it with another number, it should create a different level, right? This is 2. I guess we already saw this level, right? And let's see with 3. No, doesn't seem to be working. I always have this. That is something interesting. Let me check why this is happening. Okay, it appears that the seed I was setting here should be just seed and not set seed. Like right now we have this level, and if I change the seed to say 2, I'll have another one, right? It looks different. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Well, I don't know what happened there. Anyhow, so now we have the seed of our level, and we have some sort of audio, right? But how can we make it maybe even better or worse, depending on the viewpoint? So let's try to change it, right? If you're content with that, you can just leave it. The problem is that we are adding new children to our hierarchy, and maybe we can get out of memory because we're not really destroying them after we play the sound, right? We need to have a timer and then destroy them and so on. So it's much maybe cleaner to have only 3 different children. So let's see what we did with our player container, right? In this, I will just create, I don't know, not in the audio, it's just gonna create another folder here, just call it audio. And then in the audio, I will not move this audio from the assets there. I'll just create another resource here, like with the player container. Basically, I want to emulate what we created there. So I'm going to create a new resource and then call this resource audio manager. Let's call it audio manager. Should be here. Yeah. And then I would like to attach a script to this, right? I would like to just create a script here. Or I don't know. Last time with the script didn't work quite nicely, so just gonna create it manually. Audio manager. And then in the resource, I'm going to load the audio manager script. So if you remember, here we can actually already use whatever we had here and copy it. And we're extending the resource. In this case, we're going to call it audio manager. Like this, the class name, right? And what are we gonna add here? Like, what kind of methods do we want to have? Like, we need to somehow attach a sound to something and then play a sound, right? So we're gonna like create a function called attach sound, and then we're gonna have a node and then the type of the sound, right? And then we're gonna do pass for now. And then we're gonna have a function that is gonna be called play sound. And then we're gonna only have the type, right? But what is the type, right? We're gonna use a similar enumeration like we used before. I think the enumeration was in the brick, right? Or in the frames, okay. So we're gonna copy and paste this enumeration here, and we're not gonna call it frames, but we're gonna call it, I don't know, sound type. And then we're gonna use like hit brick, hit wall, and hit player, right? And then do you remember our match statement? We can also go back here and copy this because we're gonna use this in the play sound, right? We're gonna match the type basically, and this will be, in this case, not frames, but sound type. You can also, of course, type it, but for me, it's easier to copy and paste. Okay, and in this case, we are gonna do pass for now, right? Because we don't have the actual audio players and so on. So here we would like to attach a certain type of audio to a certain node. And for this, we can also actually initialize the audio like dynamically, but for now, just we're gonna do like the easy and I don't know, a little bit more mundane approach, which is just define the audio players manually. So var like hit brick audio, and then it's gonna be AudioStreamPlayer player, and then new. I don't know if this is gonna work here. If it doesn't work, we're gonna move it to the ready function, right? So hit wall audio. We're basically defining all our audio sources we have in the game, which is 3 right now: brick, wall, and player. Hit player audio. In this case, we can go to the create a ready function. Ready. Oops. And in the ready function, we are going to basically initialize the files, right? We can use the let's just go with var hit brick file, and then load, and then we're gonna drag and drop this here, hit brick, and then we're gonna create like for the wall, hit wall, and hit player. We can do this here as well, wall and player. And then in the audio, we can set stream. I think it's audio player set stream. Brick audio file. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see. Okay, it recognized it because for a second that there was basically nothing there. And I'm gonna do it directly after each of those audio files, right? And then hit wall audio I'm gonna use the hit wall file. It almost looks like we can use some sort of loop here, but I don't know. I don't want to go so much overboard, right? So basically, yeah, of course I need to pay attention. So now we have the streams set. We haven't added the player to the scene right now because we would like to attach it. The problem with this approach is that we can only attach it like once, right? We would like to maybe attach it to the root and then we can play. But if we initialize it multiple times, yeah, it almost feels like we don't need this attach sound, right? Because otherwise we risk like attaching this multiple times. And so we will just attach everything. It's maybe not the best approach. I'm not sure if I like it, but I'm just gonna go with it, like get tree and then get root and then attach add child. And then we're gonna add the hit brick audio here. And the same thing for the hit wall audio. And the same thing for the hit player audio. And let's see why it's complaining. Get tree isn't declared in the current class. Oh yeah. Okay. So we need to figure something out here, right? Well, it may not be the best option, yeah. But let's still go with our original like idea. So to go with a function and call it attach sound. And then we'll have a node and a type. Or we can just attach everything there. I don't know. Let's go with a node and type. And then we can match the type, right? And if it's brick, we're going to attach the brick or the brick hit audio to the node, right? And the same thing we're going to do with the wall and the player. And we're going to get rid of those because they make no sense, right? So let me just copy this, like hit brick audio and hit hit player audio. So right now we have a touch sound and we have a play sound. We're also going to add offset here, right? And if it's the play sound of type brick, we're going to play this with the offset. And the same for the rest, right? For the play wall, hit wall, and hit player. So let me first go to the ball and remove this at all. And we're gonna preload here as the player container. We're gonna call it audio manager. And then we're gonna use basically this thing. So we're loading the audio manager here. Okay, and in our ready function, which is where exactly here? I guess we don't have it, right? I'm gonna add the ready function. And here we're gonna basically attach sound and then self, because probably this should work. And then the type, right? And the type is audio manager dot let me see what was called. Sound type, right? Sound type dot hit brick. And then I'm gonna add the other ones, right? Hit player and hit wall. Does it work? Okay, so right now if I play it, nothing should happen, except maybe that there's a compilation error because I don't have the play sound, right? So let's just implement it, right? So we have like we did have our play sound, and now we're gonna use the play sound, which is the same thing, but instead of passing the audio file, we're gonna go like audio manager.play sound, where this is calling the play sound function on the audio manager, and then we're gonna go with audio manager.sound type hit brick, and this is 0.1. Here we are going to, this is actually hit player, right? hit player 0.1. Here is the hit brick one 0.2. The offset, here's the hit wall. And oops, and here finally the hit wall again. Unable to write file locked, lacking permissions. All right, I think I'm gonna copy this and restart the thing, so see you in a bit. Okay guys, it appears that we need to actually add those after we attach the player, so I'm gonna just copy them here. So copying all of them here. We can actually maybe optimize this a little bit. Like this, the node, this the file. Okay, attach brick set stream. We're basically in the file with brick audio. Okay, anyhow, I guess this is enough. Like, we're getting rid of the ready function and we're gonna use the touch sound. So let's see if it works. Okay, so now we have added some rudimentary amazing. What's that? Like, why is doing that? Why is it doing that? Let me maybe go to the bow and see if I don't know, is the shape wrong, or maybe it's a little bit not the brick. Go to the bow, like collision shape. I don't know. It looks all right. Maybe our, I don't know, this also looks all right. I'm not entirely sure what happens. Maybe we have a bug in our code, so maybe I will check it out. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode that was intended to be a little bit smaller, a little bit less buggy, but all right, it's fine, I guess. So this is how you can add, like, this is unidirectional sound. There is also another way to add like directional sounds. I don't think we are going to add those in this tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, give me a thumbs up, and you can also leave me a comment about things that are not clear. Oh yeah, game over. I guess that's another thing we need to fix. Set stream, null instance, null stuff. All right. Anyhow, guys, I will probably fix this next episode. So have fun, guys. Enjoy your lives. Be awesome as usual, and stay